Many software engineers want to start their software development agency and start building software for other businesses. But whenever they do this, most of the time they're doing this wrong and end up getting clients through the word of mouth or not getting any clients at all. They're also usually underpaid, and this income is not becoming sustainable, and they're not able to replace their existing 9-to-5 job and run an agency full-time. So in this video I want to give you a full blueprint of what are the actions that you can actually start doing to build your software development agencies that will eventually replace your software engineering 9-to-5 job or any other incomes that you have, so that you can actually build a business that will be sustainable, that you will be enjoy doing while still have an ability to write your favorite code. I wish I would have done this myself the same way that I'm gonna explain in this video a few years ago, and if I would do that I would start my own agency much sooner. And by the way, my agency is not software development agency, it's a lead generation agency for software development agencies, because I'm helping software engineers to run those businesses, so this is what I'm doing. But the process of starting the agency itself is pretty much everywhere the same, and I'll give you the best framework that I would use myself if I would start a software development agency. So here is 8 points that you should go through to start your successful software development agency. The first point is definitely to find your niche. Basically identify what you actually want to do with your life, because you're not making just a business decision, you're basically making a personal decision. What exactly you're gonna do, and based on that you're gonna create your business. What I want you to do is to ask yourself some questions about what are your skills, what are some things that you are really excited about. Ask the same questions to your friends and family members so that you can get some different perspective on yourself and your knowledge and your skills. And when you're making this decision, try to not close yourself with just the existing skills that you already have. Try to go beyond those if this is what you are really interested in. Because for example, for me, even when I started my existing company, I wanted to help software engineers to basically start their own businesses. And I wouldn't say that I was extremely experienced at this, but I was growing, and I'm growing until this day. And the most important thing that you should know about starting an agency or any pretty much business, that you will be helping the person who is a level below you. So you don't have to be the most experienced person on earth, but you should just be on the level that the person wants to get to, so that you can share enough information with him and actually help him out. And actually it doesn't make sense to ask the most experienced person on earth on how to go from level 1 to level 2. For example, you're probably not gonna ask Elon Musk on how to start your own business. Or I guess maybe you could, but he already forgot most of the steps that he was doing in the beginning. And the one question that I would really advise you to ask yourself is to ask yourself, what are you gonna do when you're gonna retire? What is the jobs that you would actually like to do? Whenever you're like free, you don't have to bring any income to your house, you already have enough money saved up, and you can do pretty much anything. What would be the jobs that you would be actually doing? And your answers probably give you the directions that you should build your software development agency around. Or maybe it's not even gonna be software development agency, maybe it's not gonna be around software. But most of us software engineers actually enjoy coding, so probably it's gonna be around coding. But if not, it's okay. The next thing you should do is to actually identify the problem of your potential clients. What is the exact problems that you are going to solve? Where do you think the problem is currently existing for some people, for some businesses? How approximately do you think you're gonna solve this problem? What are you gonna build? And will you actually enjoy the process of fixing this problem or not really? The third thing that you should also identify is this a high value problem? Are people able to pay you for solving this problem thousands of dollars, ideally tens of thousands of dollars? Maybe not right away, but potentially they can. And I'm not saying that all of your customers altogether can pay you $10,000. Definitely it's the case like with Mark Zuckerberg. Sorry Mark if I pronounce this wrong. But he's not getting thousands of dollars from each person. He's getting like a few cents from millions of people because they are watching his ads. But what we should be doing with an agency is that we should be targeting pretty much whales. We should be targeting big guys, businesses who are able to pay us a good amount of money for the problems that we're gonna solve. Because with agencies we are not targeting a huge number of clients. We just need a few clients so that we can start moving and get some cash flow going in and actually providing value and doing the work. And if in your niche you're not able to actually charge this amount of money, and if you are actually honest with yourself and you're not having those pink glasses, then just drop this idea and go to another niche and look for another solution. Because if you can't get those money, it's gonna be hard for you to scale. And this is exactly why we're not targeting consumers, we're targeting businesses. Because businesses are able to pay a good amount of money for actually saving their money or making more money for them. And the fourth thing that you should do is to start looking for clients. And we also have a benefit here because we are targeting business owners, and it's much easier to find those business owners and actually talk to them. Because for example, imagine you are creating a new Instagram. How are you gonna even find your audience? Are you gonna promote it in some communities, or how is it gonna work? But with businesses, you can just go on LinkedIn, you can see who is the owner of what company, or you can go to email, or you can go Google search and find their emails, find their phone numbers, and actually dial or send them emails. And this is how you can actually reach out to them and start offering your solution. But at this point, we're still not doing this. At this point, we're just verifying that we can actually find them. And if you cannot, if you're actually struggling this, if you've been doing this for like 30 days consistently and you didn't even find 10 clients that you could actually have a conversation with, then you should ideally also switch your niche and go to another one. Then probably your problem doesn't exist. And this is exactly the 5th thing that you should do. You should talk to them. And by talking to them, I don't mean just send them a message or chat with them on the cold call for like a minute. I want you to go and book a separate time with them, like 15 minutes conversation, and you can actually make it longer, but initially you can say that it's going to be 15 minutes, and you can actually go and talk to them. Give them a reason that you are making a market research because you want to build a business, or because you're just making some research for the case of whatever. You can come up with whatever you want. Just give them the reason and book this call with them. And again, if you cannot book those calls, or if they're not showing up for those calls, then go and search for another niche, because even if it's hard for you during the market research stage, it's going to be even harder afterwards. Trust me, I've done this myself with my previous dating coaching, and it was a pain in the ass. So what you should do on those interviews is that you should ask them about their problems, about their goals, ask them why exactly they cannot get to those goals themselves, what is some potential help that they could look from the outside world, and how much they would be willing to pay for this. And by the way, at this point, they're probably gonna give you much lower numbers than whatever you could charge, so don't care about those numbers too much. Of course, as long as you know that it's actually possible to charge them this amount of money for your services. And the way how you can actually check it is to just go to your competitors and see what your competitors are doing. And if there are competitors who are already charging those money for those services, then you can actually do the same. And actually also another thing that you can do at this point is you can actually go to those calls of your competitors and pretend to be a client, and actually have a call with them and see what exactly they're gonna offer you. See how their call is structured, what they're asking, what do they think your goals are, how their calls are positioned, and what is their offer, and what is their price. Basically just get all of this information out, and it's gonna be much easier for you to start this process. I know it's not very ethical, but you can do this because you are trying to solve other people's problems, and you have to do some uncomfortable things and maybe a little bit unethical things to actually get closer to your goal. So go for it. I allow you to do this. And the 6th thing that you need to do after you already know what is their problems, what are their goals, and how much they're approximately able to pay you for it, or how much your competitors are charging, is that you can create your offer. You should create your offer. Use those things that they were looking for and create your own solution, your own software that will actually fix those. Oh, sorry, I said it wrong. You don't create software at this point. You are just creating an offer. You are not building anything. It's super important, because until the point you actually get your first sale, you're not building code. You're not writing code. You are just making some wireframes. You're basically building your offer one-pager, what the solution outcome is going to be, and you're not building any software yet. Because again, we still didn't verify that people are able to actually pay for it. And the point when we verify that people are actually able to pay for it is when we already sold it. So basically you should have some wireframes, explain what the process is gonna be look like. You are positioning this as a done for you offer. So even if your software is, for example, building AI automations, you're not just giving them the software. That you're saying that I'm gonna build you an AI automation pipeline for you, fully customized on however you want to use it, and you're not mentioning any software. Maybe your software don't even exist. It's just your internal tools that you're gonna utilize for actually fulfilling the results. Or in some cases, for example, you are building an actual app, then you can actually say that, okay, this is a website, I'm gonna build it in like X amount of time, and this is what you're gonna have on this website, in this app as a result. The 7th thing that you should do is you should price your offer. You should target for at least $1,000 to $2,000 per the upfront fees that you're gonna get. Ideally, it should be more, especially if you are actually spending a lot of your resources and time on actually doing this. For example, you are building a full website, fully customizable, dynamic, with some databases and stuff like this, then you can actually charge 3, 5, 10K per project, depending on how much work there is actually needed. And in some cases, this one-time payment can be the same payments that you are actually getting in a monthly retainer every month. For example, in my lead generation agency, this is exactly how I'm doing this. It's the same monthly retainer that is getting paid every month. But if you are selling like a software, for example, you are implementing it first, you need to charge a higher upfront fee, and then you can get a lower monthly retainer. For example, you can charge $2,000–$3,000 for implementation of their AI system, and then it's gonna be $200, $300, $500 for the monthly retainer and basically maintenance of this AI system. Maybe you're gonna just make some small changes, or maybe it's just payment for the servers or anything else. And building such an agency and this entire pipeline is exactly what I'm helping software engineers to do, as you could guess. I'm helping to identify the niche that is actually gonna be working for you. I'm gonna help you to talk to potential clients and how to actually find them, how to reach out to them, how to message and call them. I'm gonna help you to build an offer, and I'll help you to sell it and actually find leads for this offer. And there is two options on how I can do this. I can either teach you on how to do this, or I can do this for you. If building a software development agency is something you are actually serious about, then feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. The link is in the description, and I'll be happy to explain exactly what are some next steps that you should take for your current business process. It's completely for free, I'm not charging for this, I'm just gonna direct you in the right direction. Sorry for repeating myself. Connect with me on LinkedIn and DM me saying that you're coming from this video. And the final 8th step of what you should do is to actually talk to those potential clients and sell them. And this is where many software engineers actually break, because they have no idea how sales work. And I didn't know as well. We think that whenever we create a cool product, then it's gonna sell itself. But no, this is not how it works. And you actually need to have the entire sales pipeline. It comes to DMs, it comes to running sales calls, and even the way how you actually talk on those calls. It's not just about the words, it's about rhythm and tonality as well. And many engineers fail at this like crazy. But all of this definitely comes with practice, and the more you actually try and do this, the better you will learn. Unless, of course, you want to speed up this process by gaining knowledge from some resources that already have this knowledge and actually can give it to you, just like myself. So make sure that you connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'm gonna give you the next specific steps that you should take for your business and prepare for quitting your 9-to-5 already this year. And if you're just starting out and you want to start this process manually yourself without myself, then make sure to check out this video on how to actually pick the best niche for your business, for your software development agency, or any other agency you even want to start. And it's one of the best videos I have so far on YouTube, so make sure to check it out, and I'll see you there.